Okay, welcome back. We are working in Module 11 and we're talking about charts in this module. We've already gone through Section 1 where I showed you how to create charts a couple different ways. Now what I'd like to do is talk to you about all the different types of charts that are available in Excel. In Section 1 we actually had done a column chart and we had put that on a separate sheet, and then I showed you how to create an embedded chart and we used a pie chart as an example, but there are so many different types. Let's go ahead and flip over and I'll show you the different types of charts that are available in Excel. When we were in Section 1, we only briefly looked at two different types of charts. We saw the pie chart like you see here, and we also saw what they call clustered column charts, and that's where we did our chart all quarters and quarters 1 and 4. But I want to go in and show you some of the other different types that are available in case you want to switch these out or maybe put in some new charts. If you're under the Insert tab, you're going to see the charts grouping right here. You can access a lot of the different types of charts from here. Notice that we've got column charts. Over here we've got what they call scatter charts. These are 2D line charts. These here are what they call combo, where you can have a combination of maybe a line and a clustered column. You've got charts right here, which are your pie charts. But I want to take you in right here and show you some of the other types of charts that are available and some of the options, just in case you want to take this a little bit deeper. The first thing I want you to notice is there is a tab called Recommended Charts. That would have been the same thing as clicking right here. These are several that they recommend for your type of data. All you have to do is click on one of these and you can see a preview on the right. You can see this particular one here is a cluster bar chart, and a bar chart is basically one where the axes have been switched. Notice you have your categories on the left now and your values down on the bottom. But if you don't want one of these, just go over to the All Charts and look through all the charts that are available. Notice it put me on a pie chart because that's the particular one that I'm clicked on, but let me just go down the list real quick with you. Here you've got recent. These are some of the recent ones that you might have used, like there's our pie chart. Notice if I move my mouse over these, you get a preview of them. But I can also click on these different ones here if I decide to change the type of chart. Maybe I want a scatter chart instead, I could use that. Skipping over templates for a minute, I want to go down to column. These are the basic cluster column charts. We had used a quick one when we did our F11 key and it gave us a clustered column on a separate sheet. But notice there's some variations of this. I might have a stacked column. A stacked column is where the colors or the categories are stacked on top of each other like this one. There's different variations of that. This one has a three-dimensional effect. Notice the little area right here, that's a 3D. The next one down is a line chart. If you prefer to use the line that actually shows you your values, if they're up or down, you can see that right there. And there's several variations of the line chart as well. This one actually has little data points on it, as they're called. Here's a pie chart. A pie chart, remember, has no axes. We're using a three-dimensional one here, but this is an example of just a regular plain pie chart right here. Here's the 3D one. They've also got one called Pie of Pie. They've got one that's called Bar of Pie that has the bars on the right. And then this is a donut chart. The next one down are your bar charts. Remember that the bar charts are the ones where they actually show your axes flipped. Your bars, instead of going up and down, they'll go from left to right. Then you have area charts, which look like this. And you've got several variations of these. The next one down are your XY scatter charts. Here, if you like to use dots, and then maybe you'd like to also connect those dots with lines, like you see some of these, you could do that. You have stock charts. You can see there's several variations of these as well. You've got what we call surface charts, and you have to have at least two series of data in order to use a 3D surface chart like you see here. Here's a wireframe one, and then here's a contour, and the last one's called a wireframe contour. You've got radar charts, which look like this. A couple of variations of that as well. And the last one is a combo, where you can actually have a combination. If you'd like to have, for example, a clustered column and a line together, you could do that. There's a couple of them, like this one has a secondary axis. This one here happens to be a stacked column. And then you've got the last one, which is a custom combination. So you can see there are many different variations of each of these types of charts. I do want to just mention the templates folder right here. You can actually go through and edit these, which we'll be talking about in section 3. And if you've done that, you can actually save these as a template in case you want to use it later on, and it would show up in that templates folder right there. That's really all I wanted to show you about the different types of charts that are available. Why don't we go ahead now and flip over to section 3 and let me show you how to edit these charts, because there are a lot of different things you can do to actually make these charts look a lot nicer. I'll see you over in section 3.